everyone, Tiffany here with A Crafty Home, and today I am doing another channel and life update. I feel like I'm doing these frequently lately. Oh, but life is crazy right now, and so these are just good little videos to make. So let's start with channel news. As you may have noticed, I haven't been quite on top of my top 10, or not top 10, sorry, that's from my blog, the Tuesday Talks and the Top 5 Wednesday, and that's partly because some of the topics just haven't been things that I've had much to say about or that I don't understand enough to really discuss. Like this time was for Top 10 Tuesday, would have been yesterday, was underdogs. Do you root for the underdog or the hero? And I was like, well, I don't know, that didn't really make sense. Honestly, I can't think of a story where there's like a hero and an underdog that isn't like the bad person. I don't know, like, I didn't quite know how to answer that question. I don't know if that makes sense. I was just really confused, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to make any sense on that topic. And then on Wednesdays, I just a lot of the Top 5 Wednesday picks, I'm like, I don't have 5 books for that topic. I don't even have like 1 or maybe 1. So I just haven't been able to do them. So I got lots of other ideas and I've got other videos going up, so it's no biggie. But yeah, so just know that, yeah, I'm still making videos, but some of the content may be a little different and I may put in little discussions or who knows what, just more tags, I don't know, just because I'm not always finding those topics interesting, and instead of forcing it, I'm just gonna skip topics every now and again, which goes against everything that like is me. I have to like kind of let go my analness a bit because I'm like, I want to do every single one, but that's just not gonna happen. So yeah, and then the other thing is I'm going to try to stop doing like whole month wrap-ups and do like weekly wrap-ups, although I missed the first week of June, but that's because I was in a reading slump and I didn't read much. But I'm going to do those, and I'm going to do weekend reads that Lit Pixie started. Why can't I not remember her name at the moment? And she's kind of taking a hiatus from making a lot of videos right now, but she did start a Goodreads group that I'm hoping she's keeping up. If she's not still posting questions there, I suppose that I won't be doing weekend reads. But anyway, I was going to tie those two together and kind of do a video, and I decided that would be easier for me, and then I can just do little weekly wrap-ups, because honestly, sometimes if I've read a lot of books in a month, by the end of the month, I don't remember enough about the books to like recap them for you, and so yeah. And then also, I'm not going to be doing as many reviews on here. I may do discussions on a book, like when I have a lot to say because I love a book so much or because I hate a book so much. But for the most part, pretty much all of my reviews, like I'm going to do recaps and I'll tell you my thoughts on them at the end of the week on that Friday recap. But my like more formal reviews, instead of doing like a review video on just one book, those are going to go on my blog. I'm going to try to review nearly every book I've read, although I've missed a couple this month already, but I think I could still write a review up for them. So anyway, my blog is thecraftyhome.net, and I will make sure to link that down below as well. So yeah, check that out. There will be other just stuff on there. Let's see, I think that covers it for the channel updates. So my life, many of you know I've been in bed. It has been 7 weeks now that I am in bed most of the time. I can get up a little bit, I can walk around with a walker, but not long distances at all. I can't sit for more than like 15 minutes, and by then I'm really hurting bad. So yeah, I had an MRI last week, which I think I had told you guys that I had that coming up, and Friday I was a mess because I looked at the MRI, or I read the MRI report, because you know now you can like look online, and I read what the radiologist said, and I had my mom who's a nurse look at it, and she's like, well, according to this reading, you shouldn't be having the amount of pain you're having. And she was like thinking, just looking on that my pain not be so bad, and was like, you should really just work through it. She wasn't trying to be mean, but then I started bawling, and I was like, Mom, no, I can't just work through it. Like, if I sit for more than 20 minutes, I'm not gonna be able to, literally will not be able to walk or like hold myself up. And so it's been really bad. And so I was just in tears because it's really hard when you're me too. Like right now, I hurt really, really bad, but I'm still talking and smiling, and that's not normal for most people. I had appendicitis, and the doctors didn't believe me until they took it out. Like they saw the CT scan and they were like, there's no way this, I mean, I see it, but so they did the appendectomy, and the guy was like, oh my goodness, how were you like talking and cracking jokes. I don't know. I just do. So anyway, I was really worried, and of course worried ahead of time when I should have just waited until I saw my actual back doctor and saw what he would say, and it all made so much more sense after he talked about it. So basically what's happening is I do have a herniated disc in addition, well, not herniated, it's just bulging at this point. In addition to everything else that I have going wrong, I have arthritis in my facet joints, which I've known for a long time, and apparently it's getting worse. I deal with that. I get nerves killed and stuff to make that more livable. And my degenerative disc disease, yeah, I know I've had that. I'm narrowing of my spine. Well, yeah, because I've had discs burst. Yeah, my last back problem was when my disc burst, and the doctor, who has been being a back surgeon for 42 years, took out what he said was the biggest piece of free-floating disc he'd ever seen in somebody's back. So it was bad. So this was kind of like repercussions from that. So he said if this bulge was my very first bulge, I'm giving you way more info than you probably want, but if it was my very first bulge, then it wouldn't be a big deal. Probably because my nerve would be able to move in there, because there's space in the spinal canal, and so it wouldn't be hitting on the nerve, and I wouldn't have as much nerve damage as I do. But he was like, it's very obvious after looking at you, and he did, you know, a physical exam, and I couldn't like push against his hand and stuff. He was like, yeah, it's very obvious that you have nerve damage. You have something pressing on your nerves. He said what's happened is that there's scar tissue in there from the surgery, and it's like a spider web, and it's like holding that nerve in place. And so the disc is bulging up against it, and my nerve has nowhere to go, and so that's why the pain is so intense. All that being said, I was really glad that there was an explanation and that I'm not just crazy. And what we're going to do is there's like an epidural. He can do an epidural steroid injection right into that spot, and it should. It doesn't always work for everybody. Some people get relief for a week, some people get relief for a year. It just depends. But what it should do is it should help to shrink that disc a little bit back so that it's not in the nerve canal so much, and then it should also help to get rid of some of that scar tissue. So he said he hopes it'll work, which we're going to try first, and we may have to try it more than once, but he said he's just looking at my case. He doesn't want to try it more than 3 times. So if we do it 3 times and it's not working, then we'll most likely do surgery again. So I'm hopeful that this will work, and I will be up and moving around again soon. So yeah, that's kind of my update on life, and there's a little bit of hope. So yeah, we'll see. I'm waiting on insurance now. So he wanted to do it Thursday, but I don't think insurance is gonna work. So hopefully next Thursday is like a surgery day, so hopefully next week on Thursday I can get it done. And yeah, in other news, our kids' bedrooms are getting remodeled this week. So my son's gone at his other house. I'm like, when you get back, I may be walking around better and your room will be remodeled. He's pretty excited. Anyway, there's just the ramblings of my life, if you care. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go back to laying in bed and reading. I have way too many ambitious goals for this month. What was I thinking? I don't know. And I'm doing a buddy read right now, and I have books for review that are like one due tomorrow that I haven't read the book, so I'm hurrying and reading that tonight. And that reading slump really like killed me. It lasted like a week and a half, and it was no good at all. So anyway, I'm gonna go read now, and until next time, I'll chat with y'all later.